The following is a special presentation of the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the AHSAA Radio Network.
For over a decade, it's the AHSAA Radio Network Scoreboard Show, with all the scores, highlights, and commentary from our team of experts around the state. From the mountains to the Gulf Coast, nobody covers high school football like we do. Presented by the Alabama Community College System, Jacksonville State University, Central Alabama Community College, Southeastern Land Group, Russell Dewitt Centers, the Alabama Department of Transportation, Southern Union State Community College, and the Alabama National Guard. Now, let's talk football. It's the AHSAA Radio Network Scoreboard Show from the AHSAA Radio Network.
Welcome in, everybody, to this edition of the AHSAA Radio Network Scoreboard Show. J. Jeff Code here, along with Andy Graham. And I know that many of you are probably wondering what's going on in the football game in Texas. I don't know.
Possibly.
It's possible out there. But either way, we're going to talk.
One of them.
Yeah, we're going to talk high school football tonight. And for the next 2 hours, we're going to go around the state and get caught up on everything happening in high school football. Andy? Week one, we had some fall-like weather last couple of days. It's been nice.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. No rain, I don't guess, really affecting games tonight, so that's a good thing. It's kind of weird. A lot of games on Thursday. You got college football going, and Auburn's playing tonight. It's just a weird Friday night.
It is. It's strange, and I, on the one hand, it's like, oh man, what a cool thing. We get to watch some college football on Friday night. On the other hand, I'm like, this is for high school, though. Like, I'm supposed to be watching that on Saturday,
True.
So I don't know. It feels a little strange to me, but hey, it is what it is. We've got a fantastic show for you tonight. We are going to be talking about new coaches in historic places. We are going to be talking about historic games and performances. And I want to go ahead and give you one thing to keep in mind tonight, and that is that with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter, Sammy Dunn, the senior quarterback for the Viger Wolves, the number one team in 5A, had 6 touchdowns, 4 rushing and 2 passing. He's committed to the Army Black Knights. So they're getting the guy who puts points on the board, right?
Yeah, it sounds like just up their alley.
Yeah, I don't know how many Sammy's going to wind up with, but obviously it's going to be something of a historic performance. Of course, we'll have our recruiting segment tonight. Drew DeArmond will join us for that. And on our Spotlight segment tonight, we're going to introduce you to the newest member of our family here at the AHSAA Radio Network and the Auburn Blitz and R&B Media and all the stuff that we do. Faith Richardson will join us a little bit later on in the broadcast. And we're going to have our team of people from around the state that are going to join us and talk about some of the great games going on tonight. I was just noticing that there were some really tight games going on, some games that are just wrapping up, and it's going to be fun to watch to see how some of those kind of finish up as we go, Enterprise, by the way, earlier rallied from a 17-3 deficit to take a 24-17 lead at Pike Road, so it'll be interesting to see how that one turns out. We may be getting a final on that here in just a few minutes. So a lot of games tonight. There's some overtime games, different things to talk about, and, of course, our Thursday scoreboard, which will lead us off tonight. We have a brand new Scores on the Fours sponsor. It is the Alabama National Guard, and thank you, men and ladies, so much for your service to our country. We appreciate you, and to our state, obviously. Scores on the Fours is brought to you by the Alabama National Guard. Let's get to the Thursday scoreboard, Andy.
Yeah, in 7A, a bit of a surprise. Vestavia Hills just crushes Auburn 42-14. Dothan defeated Monroe area, that's the Georgia team, 37-34. Muscle Shoals all over Florence, 34-7. Opelika defeated Callaway in Georgia in a thriller, 35-34 in overtime. In 6A, Hoax Bluff defeated Southside 28-7. Minor defeated Paul Bryant 27-3. Benjamin Russell took care of Central Clay 40-7. In 5A, Chilton County 36-14. Headland 54, Abbeville 6. Pleasant Grove defeated Carver. No, I'm sorry, that was canceled. Pleasant Grove and Carver. Robertsdale defeated Alberta 14-0. Southside Selma over Selma 40-0.
In 4A, Ashford defeated Cottonwood 23-14. Talladega over Childersburg 20-14. Hanley over Dadeville 49-20. Madison County over St. John Paul II 41-24. Collinsville 53, Cedar Bluff 6. Lee Scott 31, Lochapoka 21. Thomasville 20, Sweetwater 7. In 2A, Houston County over Graceville, Florida 36-24 was Reeltown over Trinity Presbyterian 34-6. Washington County over Millry 34-20. And in 1A, Galesville over Asbury 56-20. Fayetteville over Billingsley 43-40. Hackleburg defeats Lynn 24-13. Red Level over JF Shields 42-14. And RC Hatch over Wilcox Central 26-8. Scores on the fours, again, brought to you by the Alabama National Guard. We'll come back and have our Inside the AHSAA segment with Ben Thomas of AL.com on the AHSAA Radio Network.
World-class training, state-of-the-art equipment, a modernized force for an ever-changing world. Outpacing our rivals, supporting our allies, no matter if it's today or tomorrow, we will guard it all.
We get it. Easy isn't always easy. A simple paint job turns into drywall quick. At Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply, we got you covered. With 9 locations across central Alabama, contractors and do-it-yourselfers can trust we have your back. Our experienced staff is here to be the voice of reason when projects get tough. Whether online or in-store, shop all the best brands with our Best Rewards loyalty program. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply, local since 1984.
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU-SDC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
No, wrong! Bring it in, guys! Take a knee! Let's go over this again. Who starts off with a real Coke taste? Coca-Cola! And then Coca-Cola pitches the real Coke taste to who? Coca-Cola! How is Coca-Cola going to give real Coke taste to itself? Take a lap, genius! Coca-Cola takes a snap and then pitches the real Coke taste to Coke Zero running up on the right. You got it? Yeah! At that point, we fake punt the real Coke taste. Who fakes the punt?
Coke Zero.
Take a lap! Coke Zero! Real Coke taste!
0 calories!
Hey Tiger Nation, it's Coach Etheridge here, reminding you to buckle up on your way home after the game tonight and every time you get in a car. Seatbelts save lives, so buckle up every time, no exceptions. We want to keep the Tiger Nation strong.
This has been a message from the Alabama Department of Transportation with Drive Safe Alabama, reminding everyone to always buckle up to and from the games and don't text and drive.
I wish that people got less excited about celebrities and more excited about people like teachers and firemen. You know, folks who make a difference every day. Well, I bet you had a favorite teacher or a family member who was helped by a first responder. Life Insurance offers these everyday heroes a little something extra, like discounts to help those who help others.
If you're a teacher, preacher, first responder, active military, a state or federal employee, see what Alpha can do for you.
Inside the AHSAA is brought to you by the Alabama Department of Transportation, who reminds you to drive safe and buckle up, Alabama. And on the line with us right now is Ben Thomas of AL.com, where he covers high school sports and, of course, joins us for our Inside the AHSAA segment. Ben, hope you're doing well after a big week 1.
Doing good, yeah. It was a busy week and weekend. Had some great games, some big finishes, a few upsets along the way, but all good. Good to get it off and rolling last week.
As we came out of that first week of competition, did anything just sort of stand out to you? Anything catch your eye and you go, wow, that was, unexpected?
Well, one of the bigger games in the state was the Fairland-Jackson game. Jackson, the reigning 4A champ, the number 1 team in 4A, hosted Fairland, and Obviously, E.J. Crowell, as everybody knows, didn't play in that game, suspended for one game, the Alabama commit. And Saraland went up there and won kind of an ugly game, 17-6. So wasn't surprised, really, that they won, but I thought it was going to be a lot more high-scoring than it was. The weather was a factor there. E.J. Crowell not playing was a factor. So that was a little bit of a surprise. I guess that was kind of the main one. Obviously, Maplesville beating Fife the way they did in the Kickoff Classic. I picked Maplesville to win that game. Maplesville's got pretty much everybody back from the team that was a 1A runner-up last year. I did not expect it to be quite so lopsided against Paul Benefield's team, so I guess that was a surprise.
Yeah, that's one that we're going to talk about in detail a little bit later with the Fife broadcast team, but I can tell you, they told me earlier in the week when I was talking to them, they said part of it is just Maplesville's that good.
Yeah, like I said, they got pretty much everybody back, and, knowing Paul Benefield, he may have taken his team back up there and practiced that night after the game to get that out of his system. But they got another big game this week against Pisgah, which, that's going to be another tough game for Fife. So we'll kind of see exactly what the Red Devils are made of, I think, this week.
7A classification. Seems like we're going to learn something about the Auburn Baby Tigers this week, right?
Yeah, go to Vestavia Hills. Robert Evans done a fantastic job there at Vestavia Hills in a couple of years there. This is going to be a good game. This is one of our key games across each market. And, obviously you expect a Keith Etheridge-led team to be very competitive and to be a playoff contender, a state title contender. And I think these are probably two of the 6 or 8 teams at most that you would predict to maybe have a chance to win the state title. So we'll get a good indication of both of those teams in that game.
One interesting story that I think we're going to follow probably a little bit, at least all year, is the saga of Coosa Christian. And obviously they have a pretty well-known interim head coach over there right now.
Yeah, Rush Probst back on the sideline. They lost their opener at Pierce County, Georgia. I think Pierce County is really pretty good. I think they lost 20-7. And they come home this week, and their home opener is against Pell City, which is where Rush coached, kind of in between Coosa stints. Nick Gentry is the coach there now. He was Rush's DC the year he was at Pell City, so that's an intriguing matchup. Of course, Rush is going to be – they're calling him, JJ, the volunteer interim coach, while Mark O'Brien is suspended for a year. By the AHSAA, or by the school on behalf of the AHSAA, basically, I guess is the way you'd phrase that. But, and I think the other interesting thing is not just that Rush is the coach there, but they got a good team. They were ranked number 3 going in the preseason. Got a chance, I think, to make the run at that state title. And Rush is, he's already crossed the 300-win plateau once, but he had 7 of them taken away at Valdosta. So he's 4 wins away from 300. I think he's got a legitimate chance to win another state title with this team. So it'll be something, like you said, it'll be something to watch all year.
Ben Thomas with us from AL.com. Ben, thank you so much for the time.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, JJ. Have a good weekend.
That's Inside the AHSAA for this week, brought to you by the Alabama Department of Transportation, who reminds you to drive safe and buckle up, Alabama. Thanks very much to Ben Thomas from AL.com for joining us each week for our Inside the AHSAA segment, and we have arrived once again at Scores on the Fours. It's brought to you by the Alabama National Guard. Andy, why don't you get us into the 7A classification?
Number 1 Thompson goes down tonight to Grayson out of Georgia, 24-23, but that was a wonderful.
Interestingly enough, Thompson last year also played Powerhouse Grayson out of Georgia, also lost by 1, and also lost in overtime.
Wow. How about that? Number 2, Central Phoenix City escapes First Academy out of Florida, 38-35. Another great game in 7A. Number 3, Auburn, again, we've talked about that, falls to 7th place, Vestavia Hills, 42-14.
And that one's got that's got to ring some alarm bells, either negative ones for Auburn or positive ones for Vestavia.
Definitely. Number 4, Hoover defeats number 4, Spain Park in 6A, 21-10. And number 5, Hewitt-Trussville over Gadsden City, 56-7. Number 6, Mary Montgomery over Gulf Shores out of 6A, 22-19. Number 8, Opelika over Callaway. That one happened last night, 35-34 in overtime. Number 9, Enterprise over number 5, Pike Road in 6A, 24-17.
Enterprise was down 17-3 in that game.
Big time comeback. And number 10, Dothan over Monroe, Georgia, in another great game tonight, 37-34.
Other 7A scores, Alma Bryant goes down to Baker 42-14. It was Daphne over Pine Forest, Florida, 32-12. Prattville defeats Stanhope Elmore 43-13. We're going to talk about that game in a few minutes. Oak Mountain defeats Pelham 30-29, and Bob Jones over Lee Huntsville 50-28. Scores on the fours again brought to you by the Alabama National Guard. And when we come back, we are going to talk about that Prattville win tonight over Stanhope Elmore. Prattville has a new head coach this year. You've probably heard of him. He's got 10 state championships. We'll be right back. The Alex City Parks and Rec Department serves the residents of Alexander City with quality facilities and programs designed to positively affect the lives of our citizens. From youth sports programs to adult activities and our senior center, the Alex City Parks and Rec offers services for all ages. The Cooper Rec Center, Lake Winds Golf Course, and the Senior Activity Center are just some of the great features the Alex City Parks and Rec Department provides for the people of Alex City. For more information on any of our programs, call 256-329-5762. or go to acpr.recdesk.com.
At Medicine Express, we're dedicated to the idea that quality pharmacy care means more than just prompt prescriptions. When you come to Medicine Express, you can count on dependable care from knowledgeable pharmacists and their friendly staff. You can fill your prescriptions quickly and easily at our drive-thru, or while you wait, you can even browse for inspirational gifts and items that you won't find anywhere else, like Praise Him apparel and the History of Alabama books. All at Medicine Express on Airport Drive in Alexander City, 256-215-8014. Medicine Express, where you're part of our family.
Extra, extra! The referral perks just doubled at Dixie. Now through November 30th, get $50 for you and $50 off for your friend when you refer them to Dixie. That's a $100 value. Current Dixie customers get 10% off any repair just for being loyal. Dixie Cares Plan members get an unbeatable 20% off. Plus, you can finance anything over $250. Double the rewards, double the savings.
Hillary Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best-kept secret, an affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552, 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need with top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindaiwa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill, and our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back to the AHSAA Radio Network Scoreboard Show. JJ and Andy with you as we bounce around the state tonight. We're going to go to the Southeastern Land Group hotline right now. And we are going to talk to Will Barrett of Dixie Country in the Prattville-Montgomery area, play-by-play voice of the Prattville Lions. And Prattville tonight, big rivalry win over Stanhope Elmore, 43-13. And before we get into the game, Will, I got to ask you, Prattville put some major investment in their facilities in this offseason, and then they go out and hire 10-time state champion head coach Bobby Carr. Everybody remembers his run at Edgewood Academy, and then, of course, Autauga later on. And Just an unbelievable record and reputation. 1 year at Carver Montgomery last year, comes into Prattville. What's that transition been like?
It's been unique. Coach Carr does things differently than any coach we've had in as long as I've been around here. But he has a knack for bringing in talented coaches around him and squeezing every bit of talent he has out of the players he has. And people tend to follow Coach Carr. They want to play for him, So it's been good. There's been some new faces all around the program this year to go along with the new stadium and the new field house at the high school they're building. Things are looking up for the program, and as we all know, it's in a big rebuild phase. But I think he's the one to do it.
Well, let's talk about the game tonight. I mean, big win tonight, 43-13 over Stanhope. I know it's nice to get that rivalry win early in the year.
Oh yeah. The rivalry has swung in Prattle's favor every year since 2012, and we kept it going again tonight. They got out to a little bit of a slow start, 7-6 for the first quarter, and then Prattle just turned it on. They figured out they could take the top off the defense pretty easily, and they did it a few times. And fourth quarter was mostly, mop-up duty. A lot of freshmen getting in some playing time, and so you like to see that always.
Looking at this Prattville team now, climbing even 1-1 on the year. What do you think of the biggest strengths of this team so far?
The strength of this team right now is the defensive front. The defensive front, the offensive front. We haven't been able to say that in Prattville for a while. That the strength of this team was on the line, but really big offensive line, really active and really deep defensive line. So yeah, I mean, there's talent around them. There's receivers that can go up and get the ball. There's running backs that can tote the mail. So as long as the line stays healthy, this team's got a chance to make some noise.
I wonder, defensively, this Prattville team, how are they looking so far?
Defensively, pretty strong. They gave up 12 points to Pike Road last week. Defensively, there was a pick six that put them over the top. But these guys can run with just about anybody. They're athletic, they're big, they're long on the corners. Everything you need for successful defense. Now, we lost a defensive end last week, Jake McConnell, to a torn ACL. He was a big part of this defense. Losing him, we'll see how that plays out. Stanhope is not as good as the teams will play later on down the road in this region, of course, but a 30-point win against a rival is good. We'll see how it plays out as we start region play next week.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. I mean, nobody plays in any tougher region in the state than the Prattville Lions. As you look forward to that, you get into region play, you're going to find out kind of what you're made of in that region.
Oh yeah. This Birmingham region they've got us in now is really challenging. Everybody on there can just take your head off every night. So you gotta be ready. You gotta stay healthy, and you gotta know what's coming at you because they just play a different type of ball in those Birmingham suburbs than they do in Central Alabama. They're very precise, I should say. Maybe that's the best way to put it. They're like robots. They just clean routes everywhere. Maybe not the most talented athletically, but man, they're just so cohesive and so dialed in on what they do.
Will Barrett joining us from Dixie Country, play-by-play voice of the Prattville Lions on the Southeastern Land Group hotline. Will, thank you for the time.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Prattville invested about $17 million in their facilities this offseason. And you go out and you get Bobby Carr. Here's a guy, he's a legend in Alabama high school coaching. Why not? Why not? Take that shot, right?
Absolutely. I mean, if you're going to put your money where your mouth is, you need to invest all you can in the right people.
All right, let's get the scores on the fours. Brought to you by the Alabama National Guard. 6A, Andy.
All right, number 1, Parker over number 6, Mountain Brook, 21-11. Number 2, Clay Chalkville, all over 5A. Number 9, Ramsey, 62-7. Number 3, Saraland over Blunt, 46-0. Number 4, Spain Park falls to 7A. Number 4, Hoover, 21-10. 5A, Pike Road falls to number 9 in 7A. Enterprise, 24-17. Number 7, Muscle Shoals over 7A. Florence, 34-7. Number 8, Hartselle over Jackson Olin, 46-14. I think that's 8. Number 9, Spanish Fort falls to Theodore, 28-17. Number 10, Oxford falls to number 4, Moody in 5A, 31-7.
In other scores out of 6A, St. Paul's over Baldwin County, 48-17. It was McAdory over Helena, 34-21. Brookwood shuts out West Blockton, 14-0. Northridge over American Christian, 44-12. Mortimer Jordan over Coleman, 21-20. Pinson Valley over Gardendale, 42-15. Austin defeats Decatur, 47-6. It was Buckhorn over Athens, 16-10. And May Jemison falls to Huntsville, 23-6. Scores on the 4s brought to you by the Alabama National Guard. We come back, we'll talk about this week's Player of the Week, and it's the first time for the Player of the Week award. And we're going to talk about one of those old rivalries in North Alabama. That's next on the AHSAA Radio Network.
Hello, my name is Dave Milton with Southeastern Land Group. I'd like to tell you a little bit about our company. We sell farmland and timberland in Alabama and the surrounding states. Not only do we have a land sales division, but we also have a timber sales division where we can help you with your timber sales and your timber appraisals. There's 22 of us in our group scattered throughout the southeastern United States. We are a full-service land and timber sales company. We do with farmland, timberland, cattle property, poultry farms. 866-751-LAND. Go to the website, selandgroup.com.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Encore Sports Medicine. Work, a strong word. Together with force, it's something pretty powerful. Our workforce keeps Alabama growing. So where does it come from? Your Alabama community colleges. Quality classroom learning, hands-on, real job training, all across Alabama. Building enormous ships down south, blasting into space up north. And in between, all the jobs that move us forward. Alabama's community colleges. Alabama's largest training network.
It's time for the AHSAA Radio Network Scoreboard Show, Player of the Week, brought to you by the Alabama Community College System. This week's Player of the Week is Vestavia Hills senior flag football quarterback Julia Rose, who completed 31 of 48 passes for 287 yards and 3 touchdowns to lead the Rebels to a 20-0 win over defending Class 1A to 5A state champion Montgomery Catholic last week. Rose is off to a great start this season after completing 58% of her passes last year for 5,126 yards and an amazing 76 touchdowns with only 14 interceptions. The Lady Rebels, coached by Daniel Davis, averaged 223 yards per game passing in 2024 and finished the season at 20-3. Congratulations, Vestavia Hills senior flag football quarterback Julia Rose, this week's AHSAA Radio Network Scoreboard Show, Player of the Week, brought to you by the Alabama Community College System. Welcome back to the AHSAA Radio Network Scoreboard Show. As we go back now to the Southeastern Land Group hotline, talk to Greg Bell, WWIC in Scottsboro. One of those old North Alabama rivalries tonight. Scottsboro 28, North Jackson nothing. Greg, I know it feels good to get a shutout win over a rival early in the season.
Yes, it does. It's the first shutout since 2019 and the 7th straight win for Scottsboro in the series. And it was good. Nobody wants to go 0-2 to start the season, and we were trying to avoid that. So we accomplished all of that. We'll be 1-1 heading into region play next week.
Sounds like it's a pretty one-sided game. Did they take control early and just do that throughout, or how did the game go?
We were up 14-0 at halftime. Took the opening kickoff of the second half, and both teams just looked real lethargic in the third quarter. There wasn't it was just back and forth. Scottsboro took possession of the ball with 8:35 to go in the third quarter, reeled off a drive that consumed 9 minutes plus, went up 21-0, and then scored, I guess, just a token touchdown late in the fourth to take the win, 28-0.
So what's up next for the Wildcats?
We go to Boaz and play the Pirates under Luke Pruitt, who a lot of folks know he was at Pisgah last year, so a lot of folks familiar with him. Boaz, that'll be our first region game. Really looking at two teams that are playing with replacement quarterbacks. They lost Tyler Pierce to graduation. We lost Jake Jones to graduation. We actually lost our projected starting quarterback for the year to a non-contact drill before the season started. So we're playing with a sophomore quarterback right now.
Those young quarterbacks got to grow up fast when region play comes around, don't they?
Yes, yes, they do. Coach Van has taken a little bit of, taking it easy a little bit. We're using some Wildcat stuff at quarterback, just to give the sophomore a chance, to I guess acclimate himself. He wasn't expected to play much during the season, but right now he's the man, and he's learning quickly and growing up quickly.
Greg Bell's with us, WWIC Radio in Scottsboro, where the Scottsboro team gets a big rivalry win tonight over North Jackson, 28-0. Greg, thank you so much for the time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. All of our guests come to us on the Southeastern Land Group hotline, whether you're buying or selling rural land in the South. Southeastern Land Group is the place to start. Visit selandgroup.com for full details and listings. And, you get these kind of historic old rivalries going, and it's Scottsboro and North Jackson, right? It's, I think about, Maplesville, some of their great rivalries, and I just, you got to love high school rivalry
Sweetwater
games. Yes, it just, some games sound like a rivalry game. Scottsboro, North Jackson. That sounds like a rivalry game.
Definitely. With about 6 passes thrown.
Yeah, no love lost in that, in those games for sure. Coming up in just a few minutes, we are going to check in on the Hoover Bucks for the first time this year. They got a big win tonight over Spain Park, and later on, we're going to check in on Fife. Is everything okay in Fife?
I'm interested to find out.
We're going to find that out. Scores on the 4s right now, the 5A board, Andy.
Number 1, Viger takes care of 7A. Tuscaloosa County 61-14. It was number 2, Catholic Montgomery, falling tonight to St. Clair County 42-28. A little bit surprising. Number 3, Central Clay fell to 6A Benjamin Russell 40-7. That one last night. Number 4, Moody defeats 6A number 10 Oxford 31-7. Watch out for Moody. Number 5, Williamson defeated Wayne County in Mississippi 42-0. Number 6, Fairview over Springville 40-23. Number 7, Gunnersville over 6A Fort Payne 21-10. Looking for a score for number 8, Leeds and Shades Valley. Number 9, Ramsey falls to 6A number 2 Clay Chalkville 62-7. Number 10 Corner over 4A Dora, 36-6.
Other 5A scores, it was Robertsdale defeating Alberta 14-0. McGill-Tulin over Murphy 50-0. Andalusia defeats Hillcrest Evergreen 52-7. It was Carroll falling to Rehoboth 25-20. Montevallo is shut out by Sylacauga 33-0. Holtville over Shelby County 35-13. Oak Grove over Hayden 39-14. Lincoln over Munford 38-14. Ardmore over Clemens 48-6. East Limestone is defeated by Hazel Green 19-14. Lawrence County over Rogers 26-14. And Priceville over AP Brewer 40-13. Scores on the fours brought to you by the Alabama National Guard. We'll take a break, come back, check in on the Hoover Bucks next on the AHSAA Radio Network.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
There's only one clear choice in the Lake Martin area for plumbing, heating, and air. That's All Clear Plumbing and Air. Our professionally trained technicians offer full service repair and installation on all major brands. From drips to water heaters, thermostats to entire air conditioning and heating systems, and everything in between. Our fast, reliable, and guaranteed top-notch customer service will keep you informed and up to speed through the entire process. Call us today or look for us on Facebook and Instagram at All Clear Plumbing and Air, 256-496-2056. License number 19172.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, TAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Two Rivers Lumber Company has a proud heritage in the state of Alabama and is excited to announce we are opening a new facility in the Lake Martin area late 2025. Our company specializes in southern yellow pine dimension lumber, and we plan to employ over 150 in our new community of Lake Martin. Two Rivers Lumber Company is a family-run business with over 45 years of service to the state. And we are happy to become a part of the Lake Martin community and want to wish the best of luck to all area athletic teams in all competitions. Two Rivers Lumber, Lake Martin's newest community partner, coming soon.
For years, Tom Watley's been a name you can trust to represent you, and now you can depend on Tom Watley Law, LLC to handle all of your legal needs. Tom has over 20 years of practice in criminal defense, probate needs, and estate planning. Tom Watley Law supports the communities of Lee and Tallapoosa County and can handle all your legal needs or refer you to their network of specialty attorneys. When it counts, call Tom Watley Law, LLC at 334-559-3420 or online at tomwatleylaw.org. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be provided is greater than that of other attorneys.
Along with fall, there's huge falling prices at Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor for all your tractor, implements, and riding lawnmower needs. All remaining Spartan mowers must go for next year's models. And besides the year-end low prices, you can still get 0% interest up to 60 months. Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor also has a huge selection of Mahindra tractors of all sizes with full implements packages that range from harvest or just getting your hunting site prepped. Mahindra also has up to 84 months 0% financing. So now's the time. Score big with the Lake's exclusive Spartan and Mahindra dealer. Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor, Highway 280 across from the Home Depot.
Welcome back to the AHSAA Radio Network, where we go immediately back to the Southeastern Land Group hotline. We're going to talk to Jeff Lloyd, voice of the Hoover Bucks on the Hoover NFHS Network. And Jeff, big win tonight for Hoover, 21-10 over 6A number 4 Spain Park. We were talking off the air. I'm not surprised at the score differential or the fact that Hoover won, but 31 total points in the game does surprise me a little bit.
Yeah, I thought it would be a much more high-scoring game than it turned out to be. I guess you could give the credit to the defense. There was some really hard-hitting in this game tonight. And I think one of the things that, as far as Hoover is still trying to flesh out, is that they have a brand new offensive line, and they're still trying to get to the point where they mesh together. But for the most part, I agree with you. I thought there'd be more points.
Hoover last week, not, taking it on the chin from IMG, coming back and winning this game. That has to give them a big boost moving forward in the season.
Yeah, they won't play a team as good as what they played last week. I think one poll had the IMG as number 4 in the nation. I saw earlier today that they were at least 7th in the nation. So, and that's, I think, why our expectations might have been a little bit higher tonight offensively, because Hoover wasn't playing a team quite the caliber as IMG. But still, I think Spain Park's a pretty good football team, and I think they're going to have a good year playing at 6A.
When we watch the Hoover Bucks this year, who do we need to be watching? Who do we need to be looking for?
Well, of course, you can't have a conversation without bringing up Jonah Winston. He's on everybody's list. But the guy that I really have kind of fallen in love with is Jeremiah Tabb. He's a wide receiver who made a George Pickens-like catch tonight. If you're familiar with George, who now plays in the NFL, who used to make some circus catches, Tabb made one of those tonight, and I think he's one of those guys you want to keep an eye on. Defensively, on the other side of the ball, they have some really good defensive players. Trey Sanders is the one that kind of stands out, and also a young man by the name of Tyson Baker. They've moved him from the edge into the defensive tackle position, so his name doesn't get called as much, but he's a player.
Does it get any easier for the Hoover Bucks as you move into region play? Things are tough in that region.
Yeah, every week is a tough battle. When you have teams like you had Trussville, and you got Thompson, of course, and Vestavia with a big win last night. We can't look past them at all. So it's a tough division, that's for sure.
Jeff Lloyd's with us, play-by-play voice of the Hoover Bucks with the Hoover NFHS Network. Once again, Hoover with a 21-10 win over 6A number 4 Spain Park tonight. Jeff, congratulations on the win, and we'll catch up with you later in the year.
All right. Thanks, JJ.
All right. If you've ever listened to one of Jeff's broadcasts, he does just an amazing job, by the way. He's an incredible play-by-play guy.
Yeah.
So Hoover, 21, Spain Park 10. I know Jeff was surprised at the lower scoring thing, but we have seen the Hoover Bucks, and this has really been a trend over the last, I think, 3 to 5 years, where they've been a little more defensive focused, and maybe that's what we're looking at again with this Hoover team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you go back to years past, Hoover was good on both sides of the ball. It wasn't just a powerful offense.
Of course.
They shut a lot of people down. So, I mean, the potential is there. It just kind of got away from there for a couple of years.
And it's going to be fun to watch that region now with Vestavia Hills announcing their presence with that 42-14 win over Auburn last night too.
What a surprise! Some of those Birmingham teams are pretty good.
If you're Thompson's not going anywhere from number 1. I know they lost a game tonight, but they lost to a powerhouse in Georgia, Grayson, by 1 point in overtime. Hoover, you got to figure, is going to hang at number 4. Auburn's falling from 3. No reason for Central Phoenix City to fall, but could we see Vestavia jump Hoover to that number 3 spot?
Why not? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how. I'm not in the mind of the voters.
No. But I want to be. Listen, if y'all ever need another voter, y'all just let me know. I'd love to do that.
I'm sure we could put our heads together and do that.
Yeah, Scores on the Fours is brought to you by the Alabama National Guard. Let's get back into the scores in the 4A scoreboard, Andy.
Number 1, Jackson defeats 5A Demopolis 41-0. I'm beginning to think this Jackson program is pretty good.
Yeah.
Number 2, St. Michael's over 5A John Carroll 49-7. That one had not actually gone final, but that is certainly a decisive victory. Number 3, West Morgan over Brooks 47-21. Number 4, Cherokee County over 5A Arab 25-0. Number 5, Anniston over 5A Beauregard 28-15. Number 6, Good Hope defeats 5A West Point 42-7. Number 7, North Jackson falls to 5A Scottsboro 28-0. Number 8, Madison Academy and Randolph still looking for a score there. Number 9, Opp over Northview out of Florida, 26-14. And number 10, Alexandria, 34. 5A Jacksonville, 7.
Other scores from 4A: Escambia County defeats Monroe County 24-6. It was W.S. Neal over XL 51-0. Bullitt County over Park Crossing 28-0. Hanley over Dadeville 49-20. That was last night. Holt over Holy Spirit Catholic 32-0. Fayette County over South Lamar 49-6. Haleyville falls to Tarrant 25-14. Deschler over Hatton 35-28. East Lawrence over West Limestone 20-7. And Westminster Christian falls to Plainview 26-17. Scores on the Fours is brought to you by the Alabama National Guard. When we come back, I told you we were going to check in on Fife, right?
Yep.
We got to check in on the Red Devils next on the AHSAA Radio Network Scoreboard Show.
The taste of the South starts out here. However you roll into work, you can bring the flavor with Jack's Breakfast Catering. Huge scratch-made buttermilk biscuits and hearty breakfast sandwiches, mixed or matched, starting at just $15. Don't forget to add delicious fresh ground royal cup coffee and classic breakfast sides, because great work starts with great breakfast. Breakfast catering starting at $15 from Jack's. All about the South.
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SDC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
When driving, change lanes, not lives. Careful. Alabama has a code of the road, and knowing it helps you follow it. This is a message from your Alabama Department of Transportation.
Take home your AHSAA officially licensed merchandise today. Just click ahsaa.teamip.com and shop for event t-shirts, sweatshirts, tie-dye designs, or add your name to get your gear personalized. Team fans can get an official state championship apparel at our official online store. You pick it, we'll make it with our digital-to-garment technology, hot off the press and sent straight to you. Or at your next championship game, check out Team IP's booth. Visit ahsaa.teamip.com.
When driving, check your mirrors, not your Tinder. Hey, no. Alabama has a code of the road, and knowing it helps you follow it. This is a message from your Alabama Department of Transportation. Your date can wait.
What are you doing?
I'm just updating these power lines
Why?
so they'll be stronger and faster.
Why?
So your house has power.
Why?
So your toaster works.
Why?
So you can have toast in the morning.
I don't like toast.
Okay. Waffles.
We get it. Easy isn't always easy. A simple paint job turns into drywall quick. At Russell Do-It Center at Building Supply, we got you covered. With 9 locations across Central Alabama, contractors and do-it-yourselfers can trust we have your back. Our experienced staff is here to be the voice of reason when projects get tough. Whether online or in-store, shop all the best brands with our Best Rewards loyalty program. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply, local since 1984.
Welcome back to the AHSAA Radio Network Scoreboard Show. JJ and Andy with you as we bounce around the state tonight, talking about some of the more interesting games going on and giving you all the scores in the process. Back to the Southeastern Land Group hotline. We talked to Adam Ward, Fun Radio and ProStar Radio, where they have the Fife Red Devils. Last week, Adam, I called you this week. I was like, what in the world? Lose to Maplesville last week, 35-6. Then tonight, take on a tough Pisgah Eagles team, the number 1 team in 2A. Fife gets the win, 60-28. I think we're used to that kind of score, right? That seems more familiar.
Yeah, guys. First of all, thank you for having me. It really did. I think the way I said it on the air felt like a bit of a release of the gut.
in that we were holding our breath after what happened last week. All the credit in the world to the Maplesville Red Devils and Coach Brad Abbott. They have a classy program, a classy school, a classy community. We were able to be down there nearly a decade ago for a jamboree, and they were first class. So all the credit in the world. They were in mid-season form in game one, which is almost unheard of. I'll be shocked if they don't go on to win a state championship. And Coach Benefield's motto after that game was, "Guys, we just got to flush it." Basically, we just got to. They were a better team than us, and we knew that they were really good. We just weren't. We just didn't know how good they were, and we found out the hard way. So they went back to the drawing board this week. Very fortunate to get a couple of kids that they thought might be a little more banged up than what they were, that it wasn't as bad. Very fortunate there. And everybody played this evening. The challenge got met really at halftime. It was a 29-28 ball game, Fife with a 1-point lead at half. After going down early and then scoring twice, Pisgah would score twice, Fife would score again. And it was a back-and-forth first half, and at the end of the first half, Coach Benefield said to my sideline reporter that, frankly, everybody loves offensive shootouts but him, which, is his way of saying, I don't like what I see from my defense. And I don't know what he said at halftime, but Fife came out there in the second half, shut them out 31-0. And more importantly, the third quarter was the game breaker, the straw that broke the camel's back. Ryder Gibson had something like 230 rushing yards in the third quarter. Ended up with 7 total touchdowns in the night, and unofficially 384 total yards on the ground.
Did we lose him?
I think we lost.
And they just felt a little bit more like they, of course, at home, but they felt a little bit more like, okay, yeah, we're back.
Well, obviously, like JJ said, it seems much more like Fife tonight. But, you open with 2 games like this to start the season with Maplesville and Pisgah, and it seems like Fife does this every year. They play an incredibly difficult schedule. You got to feel like this is going to pay some major dividends down the road.
Oh yeah, well, I think we've seen a little bit of that tonight from that Maplesville game last week, and we in a region play next week with Collinsville coming to Fife for the region opener, and Collinsville is also sort of feeling like they might have the best team that they've had in a few years since I believe 2019, with their 100th year of football. So you play those games with Maplesville and a team like Pisgah, who is very, very good, by the way. Coach Adam Gilbert, a Pisgah alum, and his son is Luke Gilbert, who is now playing at Jacksonville State University. That game got out of hand tonight, but that's a better Pisgah team than what that score really does indicate. But you play teams like that to really prepare you for the region run, because it's not too often that you end up having to go to a tiebreaker at the end of the season to figure out placement in region and postseason play. But you play those teams to figure out who you are, especially early in the season when you get those opportunities to play a tough team. It's easy to roll out a game and say, well, we ought to win this game. This was an easy one. We're going to win this. But, when you play these types of games, you really find out more about yourself, and I think it ends up being overall a positive, whether you win or lose. I think it does ultimately become a positive for you as opposed to hurting you if you were to play a game that you know you can win.
And, of course, I'm sure Coach Benefield happy about that second half shutout. Adam Ward is with us, Fun Radio, ProStar Radio, the Fife Red Devils 60, Pisgah 28. Adam, thank you so much for the time. We'll catch up with you down the road.
Thank you, gentlemen. Y'all have a great night.
Again, all of our guests come to us on the Southeastern Land Group hotline. 60-28, second half shutout. Paul Benefield probably slept a little easier.
29-28 at the half.
Yeah.
But
31-0 in the second.
That's a tale of 2 halves.
All right, let's get to the scores on the fours. Brought to you by the Alabama National Guard, the 3A scoreboard, Andy.
Number 1, Mars Hill defeats 5A Russellville 47-19. Number 2, Piedmont over Sachs 43-0. Number 3, Geraldine had the week off. Number 4, Gordo over 4A Bibb County 36-33. Number 5, T.R. Miller defeats number 4A Strong 20-13. Number 6, Houston Academy in a thriller over 4A Pike County 33-32. Number 7, Fife, as we just talked about, beats 2A Number 1 Pisgah 60 30-28. Number 8 Southside Selma over 5A Selma 40-8. Number 9 Montgomery Academy defeats 4A St. James 14-7. And number 10 Collinsville defeats 2A Cedar Bluff 53-6.
All right, some other scores around 3A now with Wicksburg over Geneva 56-14. It was B.B. Comer falling to Vincent 37-18. Glenwood over Elba 49-6. Randolph over Central Coosa 64-50. Hansville falls to Holly Pond 74-41. Let's play some defense. Oakman falls to Hale County 26-22. Vinemont falls to Southeastern 34-14. Locust Fork 28, Ohatchee 21, Walter Welborn 28, J.B. Pennington 15, Colbert County 44, Tanner 21, Lauderdale County 26, Central Florence 10, Brindley Mountain 41, and Vina 0. We'll be back after this with our Thursday game of the week with Mickey Shadricks. That's coming up on the AHSAA Radio Network.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at BamaSheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Triple R Cafe in downtown Rockford is where it's located. Now, you're looking at the outside right now. Come on in on the inside. Let's check out the hot bar. And let me tell you about this. Award-winning fried chicken. They do fried chicken like it's supposed to be done. How about this pork chop right here? They're open Monday through Saturday. They cater also. That's Triple R Cafe, downtown Rockford, Alabama.
Illiby Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best-kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Illiby Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Illiby Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
Looking for reliable medical equipment close to home? Coosa Valley Respiratory and Home Medical in Sylacauga has you covered with oxygen, CPAPs and BPAPs, continuous glucose monitors, wound care, and airway therapy. Need mobility support? We offer braces, lift chairs, and both manual and motorized wheelchairs available for rent or purchase. We'll even show you how to use your equipment, and yes, we accept most insurances. Serving the Sylacauga area for over 20 years, that's Coosa Valley Respiratory and Home Medical, 201 West Fort Williams. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. Call 256-245-1411 today.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear the roads of Alabama calling. And Sarah Honda has your answer. Serving you for over 40 years with one of the largest Honda and pre-owned inventories in the state and the Sarah Promise. Our best deal when you buy or trade, a 72-hour exchange policy, a no-hassle trade-in promise. Written offers are good for 7 days. And our best service promise. Our factory-certified technicians help keep your vehicle running smoothly. That's why Alabama can be yours to discover in a new vehicle from Sarah Honda in Sylacauga.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need. With top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindawa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill. And our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford. And time now to review our Thursday AHSAA TV Network WOTM TV Game of the Week. It's brought to you by Southern Union State Community College, and joining us is the play-by-play voice of the AHSAA TV Network Game of the Week, Mr. Mickey Shadricks. Mickey, how are you?
Doing well, and you?
Very good. Listen, I don't know if I expected what you got last night, but your game was Benjamin Russell hosting Central of Clay County. Benjamin Russell wins that game 40-7. Did that catch you off guard like it did us?
Well, after speaking with Coach Horn a few days before the game, actually no, because the Central Clay was just decimated with injuries in their season opening game. They lost their starting quarterback. They lost their backup quarterback, who was their starting wingback, and then they lost one of their starting defensive linemen. But the biggest issue was, there's not many teams that lose their first and second string quarterbacks. And then when you're a high school team, sometimes you don't go past two. And so what that meant was Coach Horn and his son Chase, his offensive coordinator, they were having to remake their offense in about 3 days to take on a Ben Russell team that is very much improved with Kurt Johnson and all the transfers that came over. So it was not a good situation, kind of an unperfect storm, if you will, for Central Clay. But they fought hard, and I really think that lesser teams, it would have been even more of a blowout. But the kids played hard. They were just outmanned. They couldn't throw the ball. They were one-dimensional. Ben Russell knew it, and they capitalized.
I want to ask you about one of those new Benjamin Russell players, because last night watching the quarterback Prier, who's a sophomore and a highly rated player in the class of 2028, he was very impressive just watching him off the hoof last night.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a sophomore, does he? He's got good size already. He's got his fundamentals look really good for a sophomore. He moves his feet well. He's a true dual threat quarterback, so he did what dual threat guys do. He hurt the defense with his legs several times. Matter of fact, their first touchdown was set up by a long scramble by Prier, but he threw some beautiful passes. If you saw the game, he put some balls right on the money where only his guy could catch it. And that's really remarkable when you consider that this kid is so young, just in the 10th grade.
When you look at this Benjamin Russell team, and obviously Cedarian Morgan is the biggest name out there, do you expect most teams to do what Central Clay did, just kind of bracket him, double him the whole night? And Benjamin Russell, do they have enough other weapons to redirect around that and maybe force some people out of those situations?
I think against good teams, and I'm not saying Central Clay wasn't. I think Central Clay was a solid team, but had they had their starters, I think it would have been a much more different game. I think it's going to be a challenge for Ben Russell. They do have weapons. They showed it last night. They've got 3 running backs that they can shift in and out of the game. Their number 2 receiver, the Bedgood kid, has SEC offers. He's got an offer from Auburn. So he is, you hate to call him a number 2 receiver, but with Morgan on the team, you're number 2. But he's a number 1 on most other teams. We said in the broadcast last night, look out, 6A, because I think Ben Russell is going to be a factor in a way they haven't been in a while. And the upside is good for them because they've got so many new players. They're only going to get better under Coach Johnson. I really believe that week after week.
Yeah, the broadcast was outstanding. We appreciate your time, Mickey, and thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, and I hope you have a great weekend of football. We'll talk to you next week.
Mickey Shadrick's with us, play-by-play voice of the AHSAA TV network, WOTM TV Game of the Week. And our coverage of that game is brought to you by Southern Union State Community College. Thanks again to Mickey Shadricks for joining us each week and recapping the AHSAA TV Game of the Week. Did you get a chance to watch any of that last night?
I did. Watch the whole game.
Okay. It was
very impressive.
It was very impressive. I think the Prier kid looks like the real deal. Is just a sophomore quarterback. He really does.
He did, and I was surprised at the way Benjamin Russell ran the ball more than anything else.
Yeah. Clay County, they're beset with injuries, and Danny Horn's going to have to figure something out with that.
And I often forget how beautiful the Sportsplex is.
There you go. Scores on the Forest is brought to you by the Alabama National Guard. Andy, 2A.
You got number 1 Pisgah tonight, falling to 3A number 7 Fife, 60-28. Number 2 Tuscaloosa Academy over number 1A Pickens County, 28-0. Number 3 Reeltown defeats 3A Trinity Presbyterian, 34-6. Number 4 Cottonwood falls to 4A Ashford, 23-14. Number 5 Coosa Christian falls by 1 point to 6A Pell City, 28-27. Number 6 Sulligent and 3A Winfield still looking for a score there. Number 7 Pleasant Valley over 1A, number 6 Spring Garden 40-7. Number 8 Laverne over 1A Brantley, 75-0. That's a tail whipping. Number 9 Goshen falls to 3A Alabama Christian 27-6, and number 10 Clark County falls to 1A number 2 Leroy 41-12.
It was Bell Green over Summerton Christian 43-0. You had Marengo over St. Luke 16-15. GW Long gets shut out by Dale County 25-0. Sampson over Pike Liberal Arts 44-20. Barber County falls to Notasulga 42-6. Calhoun falls to Verbena 24-16. It was Zion Chapel over Elwood Christian 44-0. Ranburne over Woodland 14-6. Greene County over Francis Marion 28-0. Cold Springs over Curry 44-7. Susan Moore falls to Douglas 42-16. West End over Sandrock 33-14. Lexington over Elkmont 48-6. Red Bay over Lamar County 41-8. And Winston County over Meek 46-22. Scores on the 4 is brought to you by the Alabama National Guard. We'll go down to Mobile for our next guest. Hang in there, we'll be back.
At Medicine Express, we're dedicated to the idea that quality pharmacy care means more than just prompt prescriptions. When you come to Medicine Express, you can count on dependable care from knowledgeable pharmacists and their friendly staff. You can fill your prescriptions quickly and easily at our drive-thru, or while you wait, you can even browse for inspirational gifts and items that you won't find anywhere else, like Praise Him apparel and the History of Alabama books. All at Medicine Express on Airport Drive in Alexander City, 256-215-8014. Medicine Express, where you're part of our family.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need. With top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindaiwa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill, and our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
L&M Pawn and Gun, located in the USA Factory Stores in Opelika, is East Alabama and West Georgia's complete gun, tactical, and pawn shop. It invites the region to shop over 500 firearms in stock, on the floor, and ready for sale at the market's best values. At L&M Pawn and Gun, we specialize in all tactical guns, equipment, and parts, including AK-47 and AR-15s. Specialized parts for tactical guns as well as suppressors and other parts you can't find anywhere. L&M Pawn and Gun has it all in the USA Factory Stores in Opelika, or shop online, lmpawnandgun.com.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, TAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
The Alex City Parks and Rec Department serves the residents of Alexander City with quality facilities and programs designed to positively affect the lives of our citizens. From youth sports programs to adult activities and our senior center, the Alex City Parks and Rec offers services for all ages. The Cooper Rec Center, Lake Winds Golf Course, and the Senior Activity Center are just some of the great features the Alex City Parks and Rec Department provides for the people of Alex City. For more information on any of our programs, call 256-329-5762. or go to acpr.recdesk.com.
Welcome back to the AHSAA Radio Network Scoreboard Show. JJ and Andy with you. We have crossed over into the 11 o'clock hour, and we go back to the Southeastern Land Group hotline to talk to Corey LeBounty, MCPSS-TV, where he had Williamson tonight, taking on Wayne County out of Mississippi. Williamson with a big win, 42-0. Corey, how are you?
I am too blessed to be stressed, fellas. Always great to catch up with you and talk some Friday night live football with you.
Well, let's talk about it. This Williamson team shuts out Wayne County from Mississippi tonight, 42-0. Is the defense going to be that way kind of all year? Is that what we're looking at?
Absolutely, JJ. You're looking at a Williamson defense that returned 9 out of 11 starters from a team a year ago that finished 10-2 and only gave up 7.8 points per game. They start the season off with a shutout last week. They had a 1-0 forfeit win over Booker T. Washington out of Pensacola, Florida, who forfeited. So this was their first test of the season, and boy, did they ever answer it. And they're doing so with Division I Power 4 prospects everywhere. Ellis McGaskin, he's a 6'1", 217-pound junior linebacker. He is verbally committed to Notre Dame. On the back end at safety, a 6', 180-pound junior, Jalen Scott, he's verbally committed to the Auburn Tigers. Your two defensive ends, one is a Troy verbal. The other one has been recruited by Kentucky, LSU, Auburn, and Texas A&M. This Williamson defense will be one of the top, if not the top defense in the state this season.
Do we know anything about Wayne County? I mean, did they provide any kind of resistance at all?
Not really. Getting off the bus coming from Mississippi was probably the only resistance that the Wayne County Flying War Eagles is their nickname. They take on Auburn's colors. They averaged 23.8 points a game last year, and they finished 5-8 on the season. But they're a young squad, and they just got manhandled by a bigger and better and deeper Williamson Lions football team, who is number 5 currently in the 5A polls, and their toughest opponent 1 year ago was the Viger Wolves, who are currently ranked number 1 in the 5A poll. And don't be surprised if you don't see Williamson at 1 and 2 sometime this year in the rankings.
All right, so tell us a little bit about Williamson's schedule for the next couple of weeks. What do they got coming up?
So they have the first region game next week at Alberta. Hosting Alberta. And Williamson, their home used to be Ladd Peebles Stadium, which is in the Maysville community. Everybody's familiar with the historic Ladd Peebles Stadium. Well, they built an on-campus stadium at Williamson High School. Tonight was the regular season debut of this beautiful new stadium. Holds about 3,500, and they will be hosting Alberta at home for the second game in what they call the Jungle. And then they travel on the road to Centronelle, and Centronelle's a much-improved ball squad, but it's one game at a time for the Williamson Lions, and head coach Antonio Coleman, who's a former Auburn Tiger and former NFL player himself. But this Williamson Lions team really, really is deep, and they have Power 4 prospects all over the field on offense and defense.
Corey LeBounty joining us, MCPSS-TV down in Mobile, where Williamson tonight, big win over Wayne County, Mississippi, 42-0. Corey, thank you so much for the time.
Always a privilege. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, Williamson's defense, like he said, less than 8 points a game last year. 4 or 5 D1 guys going to come off of that defense. It's pretty impressive.
Only resistance was stepping off the bus.
Stepping off the bus. They looked good when they got there.
They had nice uniforms.
They did.
They looked like Auburn.
Yeah,
they had
exactly.
nice uniforms. But
again, Corey and all of our guests coming to us on the Southeastern Land Group hotline. Coming up here in just a few minutes, we've got This Week in the AHSAA. We'll talk a little bit about the All-Star Game coaching staffs. And we're going to get to our Russell Do-It Center Game of the Week segment. We got to talk about that coming up here in just a few minutes, too. All of that is on the way. And Scores on the Fours this year is being brought to you by the Alabama National Guard. Why don't we jump on into 1A while we got some time here, Andy?
Let's do it. Number 1, Wadley defeats 2A Horseshoe Bend 58-10. Number 2, Leroy defeats 2A number 10 Clark County 41-12. It was number 3 Maplesville over 2A Isabella 42-7. Number 4 Sweetwater and 3A Thomasville, still looking for a score there. Number 5 McKenzie and 3A Prattville Christian, no score yet on that one. Number 6 Spring Garden falls to 2A number 7 Pleasant Valley 40-7. It was number 7 Hackleburg over Lynn 24-13. Number 8 Berry defeats Pickens Academy 51-14. to 28. Number 9, Winterboro had the week off. Number 10, Addison defeated 2A Decatur Heritage 57-0.
And some other scores now out of 1A, where Fruitdale fell to Pleasant Home 13-0. It was Georgiana going down to Ayrton 44-13. Chipley, Florida defeats Linden 53-0. It was Kinston over Geneva County 34-16. RC Hatch defeats Wilcox Central 26-8. Brilliant over Shoals Christian 52-0. Hubbardville defeats University Charter 55-20. Phillips is shut out by Marion County 43-0. Waterloo over Thorpetown 24-8. Appalachian over Cleveland 20-14. Eider shut out by North Sand Mountain 43-0. And Woodville over Cherokee 40-0. Scores on the Fours is brought to you by the Alabama National Guard. We're going to step aside and come back with our Game of the Week segment next on the AHSAA Radio Network.
World-class training, state-of-the-art equipment, a modernized force for an ever-changing world. Outpacing our rivals, supporting our allies, no matter if it's today or tomorrow, we will guard it all.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, TAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
The taste of the South starts out here. However you roll into work, you can bring the flavor with Jack's Breakfast Catering. Huge scratch-made buttermilk biscuits and hearty breakfast sandwiches, mixed or matched, starting at just $15. Don't forget to add delicious fresh ground Royal Cup coffee and classic breakfast sides, because great work starts with great breakfast. Breakfast Catering starting at $15 from Jack's. All about the South.
Hello, my name is Dave Milton with Southeastern Land Group. I'd like to tell you a little bit about our company. We sell farmland and timberland in Alabama and the surrounding states. Not only do we have a land sales division, but we also have a timber sales division where we can help you with your timber sales and your timber appraisals. There's 22 of us in our group scattered throughout the southeastern United States. We are a full-service land and timber sales company. We do with farmland, timberland, cattle property, poultry farms. 866-751-LAND. Go to the website, selandgroup.com.
It's time for This Week in the AHSAA, brought to you by Jacksonville State University, the friendliest campus in the South. J.T. Lawrence, director of the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association, announced Thursday that coaching staffs for the upcoming 66 AHSAA North-South All-Star Game have been completed. Eufaula High School head coach Gerald Jernigan will serve as the South All-Star head coach. He's enlisted Montgomery Catholic's Jonathan Chandler to be his offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. Also named to the staff are Lee Scott's Buster Daniel, St. Paul's Ham Barnett, Selma's Marcus Gardner, Wetumpka's Bear Woods, and Baker's Eric Scott. The North All-Star team head coach Robert Evans of Vestavia Hills has selected Brooks head coach Tim Bowen to serve as offensive coordinator and Hartselle head coach Bert Newton to serve as defensive coordinator. Rounding out his staff are Gadsden City's Ali Smith, Hayden's Chad Eads, Russellville's Dustin Goodwin, and Springville's Chris Metcalf. The players will be selected later in the season. All participating players will be 2026 seniors. And that's This Week in the AHSAA, brought to you by Jacksonville State University, the friendliest campus in the South. Welcome back to the AHSAA Radio Network Scoreboard Show. JJ and Andy with you as we arrive at this Russell Do-It Center Game of the Week segment. The AHSAA Radio Network, built by Russell Do-It Center. This is where we look at some of the games that have gone on tonight and just kind of throw around like our Games of the Week picks. I'm going to give you two to pick from, Andy.
Okay.
And I think both have implications. And it's going to be a strange one for me to pick from. It's strange, too, for me to pick from. And here's why. Normally, we're looking at some game that went double overtime or somebody broke a record or, whatever. This is not the case. Neither one of these games were in doubt late. Okay? So let me start with this one. 3A number 7 Fife. Fresh off of a blowout loss to 1A Maplesville. And I know who Maplesville is. This is defending state champs with almost everybody back. Maplesville can play. This is Fife we're talking about.
It's still 118.
Yeah.
Right?
So they get beat by, 29? Whatever it was last
34-7 maybe?
There's something like 35-6, whatever it was. And so it caught me off guard. It was the first thing I was looking for this week is how's Fife doing? Because what's going on at Fife? And tonight they were playing 2A number 1, a pretty powerful Pisgah Eagles team. That game was 29-28 Fife at the half. It winds up 60-28 Fife. So maybe a little bit of a comeback statement, if you will, for Paul Benefield and the Fife Red Devils. That's game number 1. Game number 2, 7A number 3, the Auburn Baby Tigers. I know they're not the Baby Tigers, but that's what I call them.
Right.
The Auburn Tigers, number 3 in 7A, powerhouse team, state championship games, contenders all the time. Go to play number 7 Vestavia Hills and get blown up 42-14, which I don't know if it's announcing Vestavia Hills' arrival as a true state championship contender or if it's announcing to us that maybe Auburn is taking a step back this year, or maybe it's just an off night, because that happens too.
True.
So tell me which one of those games you're going to pick for your game of the week and why.
I'm going to go with Fife and Pisgah because I don't know how good Vestavia Hills may just be better. They just may be that much better than Auburn. I don't know. That'll be played out later on in the season. Perhaps Auburn's not as good as we think they are. That may get played out. So that might not be that surprising a game when we look back on it 4 or 5 weeks from now. When Fife gets embarrassed on statewide television and then they go out and you're only up by 1 point at the half, something was said in that locker room and it became mental. Yeah. I mean, it was all about mental at that point. And Paul Benefield, I don't know what he said. I don't know if there's any paint left on the locker room walls. But that team flipped a switch, and they looked like themselves. And I would bet, and I would venture to say, the next few weeks you will see a normal Fife team.
Fife had given up, between the Maplesville game and the first half tonight, as of halftime of that game, had given up 63 points.
Right.
How long does it normally take Fife to give up 63 points? Like half a season?
Yeah.
If
that.
All right, let's get to scores on the 4s. It is brought to you by the Alabama National Guard. We're going to go back through our top 10s one more time before the show is done. And we'll start with the 7A scoreboard. Andy, take us through it.
Number 1 Thompson falls tonight to Grayson, Georgia, 24-23. Number 2 Central Phoenix City defeats First Academy in Florida, 38-35. Number 3 Auburn, as we talked about, falls to 7th-ranked Vestavia Hills, 42-14. Number 4 Hoover over 6A number 4 Spain Park, 21-0. Number 5 Hewitt Trussville defeats 6A Gadsden City, 56-7. Number 6 Mary Montgomery defeats 6A Gulf Shores, 22-19. Number 7 Vestavia Hills over number 3 Auburn, to 14. Number 8, Opelika defeats Callaway, Georgia, 35-34 in overtime. Number 9, Enterprise over 6A. Number 5, Pike Road, 24-17. And number 10, Dothan defeats Monroe, Georgia, 37-34.
In the 6A scoreboard, number 1, Parker defeats number 6, Mountain Brook, 27-11. Number 2, Clay Chogville all over 5A. Number 9, Ramsey, 62-7. Number 3, Saraland, 46-0 over Blunt. Number 4, Spain Park falls to 7A. Number 4, Hoover, 21-10. Number 5, Pike Road falls to 7A. Number 9, Enterprise, as you mentioned, 24-17. It was number 7, Muscle Shoals, defeating 7A Florence, 34-7 on Thursday night. Number 8, Hartselle defeats Jackson Olin, 46-8. Number 9, Spanish Fort falls to Theodore, 28-17. And number 10, Oxford is beaten by 5A number 4, Moody, 31-7. Scores on the Fours is brought to you by the Alabama National Guard. If you love to follow recruiting, stick around. Our recruiting segment with Drew DeArmond of 97.7 The Zone is coming up next on the AHSAA Radio Network.
Two Rivers Lumber Company has a proud heritage in the state of Alabama and is excited to announce we are opening a new facility in the Lake Martin area late 2025. Our company specializes in southern yellow pine dimension lumber, and we plan to employ over 150 in our new community of Lake Martin. Two Rivers Lumber Company is a family-run business with over 45 years of service to the state. And we are happy to become a part of the Lake Martin community and want to wish the best of luck to all area athletic teams in all competitions. Two Rivers Lumber, Lake Martin's newest community partner, coming soon.
For years, Tom Watley's been a name you can trust to represent you, and now you can depend on Tom Watley Law, LLC to handle all of your legal needs. Tom has over 20 years of practice in criminal defense, probate needs, and estate planning. Tom Watley Law supports the communities of Lee and Tallapoosa County and can handle all your legal needs or refer you to their network of specialty attorneys. When it counts, call Tom Watley Law, LLC at 334-559-3420 or online at tomwatleylaw.org. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be provided is greater than that of other attorneys.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear the roads of Alabama calling. And AHSAA Honda has your answer. Serving you for over 40 years with one of the largest Honda and pre-owned inventories in the state and the AHSAA Promise. Our best deal when you buy or trade, a 72-hour exchange policy, a no-hassle trade-in promise. Written offers are good for 7 days. And our best service promise. Our factory-certified technicians help keep your vehicle running smoothly. That's why Alabama can be yours to discover in a new vehicle from AHSAA Honda in Sylacauga.
Along with fall, there's huge falling prices at Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor for all your tractor, implements, and riding lawnmower needs. All remaining Spartan mowers must go for next year's models. And besides the year-end low prices, you can still get 0% interest up to 60 months. Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor also has a huge selection of Mahindra tractors of all sizes with full implements packages that range from harvest or just getting your hunting site prepped. Mahindra also has up to 84 months 0% financing. So now's the time. Score big with the Lake's exclusive Spartan and Mahindra dealer. Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor, Highway 280 across from the Home Depot.
Illoway Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Illoway Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Illoway Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
There's only one clear choice in the Lake Martin area for plumbing, heating, and air. That's All Clear Plumbing and Air. Our professionally trained technicians offer full service repair and installation on all major brands. From drips to water heaters, thermostats to entire air conditioning and heating systems, and everything in between. Our fast, reliable, and guaranteed top-notch customer service will keep you informed and up to speed through the entire process. Call us today or look for us on Facebook and Instagram at All Clear Plumbing and Air, 256-496-2056. License number 19172.
Welcome back to the AHSAA Radio Network Scoreboard Show, and we're joined now by Drew DeArmond, host of Talkin' Ball on our longtime affiliate in the Huntsville area, 97.7 The Zone. And let's talk recruiting. Drew, how you doing this week, man?
I'm doing great, Jay. How you doing, bud?
Good. All right, let's get into it. I was telling you earlier in the week, I'm always, this time of year, there's always like a handful of guys we're kind of watching, right? Are there some guys that you're looking at, whether it's to maybe see if they can earn that 5th star or see if they're on the verge of breaking a record, or, you know, something like that? Are there guys at the upper level of Alabama recruiting that you're really keeping an eye on this year?
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, it's interesting. There's a few in my area. I know, North Alabama in some ways is not the hotbed that Birmingham and South Alabama can be. But, like, for example, my station, as part of our network, is the Sparkman Senators. They had Jamarian Matthews, who's now moved to Gainesville, Georgia. He's committed to Alabama. But the Sparkman Senators are actually, they were going to be playing the Hillcrest Tuscaloosa Patriots. Tonight, and they have a kid that I'm very interested in because he missed the majority of his junior year. He had a really good summer, Zay Hall, and he committed to the University of Alabama. 240-pound, middle linebacker who's kind of been under the radar because of the injury, and so he kind of exploded on the scene, and Alabama, garnered his commitment. But I'm just anxious to see kind of, from my guys. I haven't had a chance to speak with them, from our crew that does the game, but because they're on their way back from Tuscaloosa, had a long trip tonight, Jay. But I'm anxious to see what they thought of Zay Hall, and I want to watch him and kind of monitor him the rest of the year because, I remember way back in the day, I know a lot of your listeners will remember, but one of the stalwarts of the 92 defense, Derek Oden, came from Hillcrest. And this is kind of one of the first linebackers I can remember coming from Hillcrest to the University of Alabama in a while. And I'm kind of monitoring him just simply because I think he's a 3-star kid who may be better than that, who's under the radar. And I know I heard some good things about him this summer. I'm definitely monitoring him. I'm going to have a chance to see Hezekiah Harris. I had a chance to see him again tonight. Really good player. A lot of length, a lot of athleticism. From Mae Jemison High School, very disruptive. I've seen him 2 straight years. It's interesting to see him grow, and I'm going to continue to watch him the rest of the season for Mae Jemison High School here in Huntsville because it's interesting, though, he's committed to Auburn. He's been committed to Auburn for over a year, but as we know, Labor Day weekend coming up here now, first weekend of college football, he's going to have his quote-unquote final decision on Monday, September the 1st. So I'm anxious to see what he does, to see is he going to stick with Auburn or is he going to flip to Florida or Tennessee. Tennessee's been getting a lot of buzz, but I'm anxious to see kind of what he decides to do and if he continues to get better. Because I know when I saw Jamarian last year before he left Sparkman, I thought he was a definite SEC-level prospect. And when I saw Hezekiah Harris, and I've seen him twice now, he's definitely a guy, when you look at him and his frame and the way he projects to the college level, he's definitely a dude you want getting off the bus first because he's 6'6", 240-plus pounds. Tennessee, especially with James Pierce, they've really done a good job. I'm definitely interested in watching Hezekiah for his entire senior year in Zay Hall. And then I got a chance to see Kamari Johnson last week for Muscle Shoals. He definitely passes the whip test. He played some tight end on offense and goal line situations, and they scored behind him once. And you could see Kamari Johnson and the potential he has as well. So it looks like there's several guys in North Alabama that I'm going to be able to follow and monitor that are going to be SEC high-level prospects that I'm excited about.
It's going to be a lot of fun to watch all year. Drew DeArmond is with us, the host of Talkin' Ball, 97.7 The Zone in Huntsville, for our recruiting segment tonight. Drew, thank you for the time, and have a wonderful weekend, man. Thanks again to Drew DeArmond, and catch his show Talkin' Ball on 97.7 The Zone in Huntsville, which is a longtime affiliate of this show and a great sports station for those of you up in the Huntsville market to enjoy. Scores on the Forest time, Andy. Let's go through 5A again.
Number 1, Viger defeats 7A Tuscaloosa County 61-14. Number 2, Montgomery Catholic falls to St. Clair County 42-28. Number 3, Central Clay fell to 6A Benjamin Russell 40-7. That went on Thursday night. Number 4, Moody over 6A number 10 Oxford 31-7. Number 5, Williamson defeated Wayne County in Mississippi 42-0. It was number 6, Fairview over Springville 40-23. Number 7, Gunnersville defeated 6A Fort Payne 21-10. Number 8, Leeds over 6A Shades Valley 27-6. Number 9, Ramsey fell to 6A number 2 Clay Chalkville 62-7. And number 10, Corner defeated 4A Dora 36-6.
In the 4A scoreboard, number 1, Jackson all over 5A Demopolis 41-0. Number 2, St. Michael 49-7 over John Carroll out of 5A. Number 3, West Morgan over Brooks 47-21. It was number 4, Cherokee County 25, 5A Arab nothing. Number 5, Anniston 28-15 over 5A Beauregard. It was number 6, Good Hope 42-7 over 5A West Point. Number 7, North Jackson is shut out by 5A Scottsboro 28-0. Number 8, Madison Academy 49, Randolph 7. Number 9, Opp 26-14 over Northview, Florida. And finally, number 10, Alexandria 34-7 over 5A Jacksonville. That scores on the 4s. It's brought to you by the Alabama National Guard. Coming up, we're going to introduce you to the newest member of our broadcast family here, Faith Richardson. She's next on the AHSAA Radio Network.
Hey Spartans, it's Coach Kelly here to remind you to buckle up on your way home after the game tonight and every time you get into a car. Seatbelts save lives, so buckle up every time, no exceptions. We want to keep Spartan Nation safe and alive, so buckle up, stay safe, and go Spartan.
This has been a message from the Alabama Department of Transportation with Drive Safe Alabama, reminding everyone to always buckle up to and from the games and don't text and drive.
We get it. Easy isn't always easy. A simple paint job turns into drywall quick. At Russell Do-It Center at Building Supply, we got you covered. With 9 locations across central Alabama, contractors and do-it-yourselfers can trust we have your back. Our experienced staff is here to be the voice of reason when projects get tough. Whether online or in-store, shop all the best brands with our Best Rewards loyalty program. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply, local since 1984.
Hello, my name is Dave Milton with Southeastern Land Group. I'd like to tell you a little bit about our company. We sell farmland and timberland in Alabama and the surrounding states. Not only do we have a land sales division, but we also have a timber sales division where we can help you with your timber sales and your timber appraisals. There's 22 of us in our group scattered throughout the southeastern United States. We are a full-service land and timber sales company. We do with farmland, timberland, cattle property, poultry farms. 866-751-LAND. Go to the website, selandgroup.com.
The taste of the South starts out here. However you roll into work, you can bring the flavor with Jack's Breakfast Catering. Huge scratch-made buttermilk biscuits and hearty breakfast sandwiches, mixed or matched, starting at just $15. Don't forget to add delicious fresh ground Royal Cup coffee and classic breakfast sides, because great work starts with great breakfast. Breakfast catering starting at $15 from Jack's. All about the South.
Work, a strong word. Together with force, it's something pretty powerful. Our workforce keeps Alabama growing. So where does it come from? Your Alabama community colleges. Quality classroom learning, hands-on, real job training, all across Alabama. Building enormous ships down south, blasting into space up north. And in between, all the jobs that move us forward. Alabama's community colleges, Alabama's largest training network.
Time now for the Spotlight interview brought to you by Central Alabama Community College. Central to you, central to your success. And the AHSAA Radio Network Scoreboard Show Spotlight interview tonight. We're going to introduce you to somebody new that's doing work with us here. Faith Richardson is with us, new to the family here. And Faith, welcome aboard. And some of us may have seen you in some of our other programming, but it's been fun to watch, and we've really enjoyed your work so far. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here and be a part of the Wildcat Network.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about what you do with R&B Media, which is part of kind of our AHSAA radio network family here and the different sports broadcast properties we have. But tell us kind of what your role is.
Yeah, so I graduated from Auburn University in December of 2024, and right after that, you know, Randy and Brett hit me up, and they told me about this podcast that they were starting and on the Auburn side, and I had done some stuff with the On the Road with the AHSAA radio network before, and you know, we built a relationship off of that, and so I kind of started getting intertwined with some of the Auburn stuff and kept doing the On the Road show, and then after that, you know, kind of took off there, and my end goal is to do sideline reporting, you know, with SEC Network or ESPN or something like that, and so they gave me a great opportunity where I could do the sideline reporting for the Benjamin Russell games, and you know, that just was something I could not turn down, watching good football and you know, being able to report on it. So that's kind of my role in all of this.
So was that kind of what you did through school at Auburn? Was that your focus on things? What all did you do to prepare as you were spending your, I don't know, 4 years, however long you might have graduated 3? I don't know.
Yeah, in the 3.5 years, I was doing some stuff with Eagle Eye TV and Sports Night in Auburn, and you know, that was kind of just, I did not get too involved in that. And then going into my senior year, I interned at WSFA, and that was a really great experience with Rosie Langelo-Hodgins and Davis Baker. You know, they were some great people who were actually able to get me credentialed to go to a lot of Auburn stuff. And so, you know, that ended up turning into I was doing stuff with the Auburn Sports Network, and I was doing the pregame interviews for the radio for game days. And that was a super, super cool experience where I got to learn, you know, just some different things when it came to how the interviews kind of go, and just different parts of it that I was unfamiliar with. And, you know, Brett knew that I did that before, and, you know, that kind of actually intertwined with something else I do with them on the Front Row with Faith, which I basically have a feature on a different athlete each week. And, you know, this summer I was able to do the top 10 football recruits in the state of Alabama. And then now that, you know, the school year is actually back in, I'm doing it with the Auburn athletes. So that's something that, you know, I took a lot of time to learn and do at Auburn University.
Well, tell us where to watch your stuff online. What are the different avenues and different shows we can check you out on?
Yeah, so we've got our YouTube page. It's the Auburn Blitz, and there's a playlist that is called On the Front Row with Faith, and that's where all of those are. And then we have our podcast every single morning at around 8:15 for the Auburn Blitz, and we're going to be doing the post-game shows also there for after each game. But that's where everything is. And then, you know, I'm getting better about posting on X, which is just Faith Rich with 3 H's, and then Instagram is faith.rich with 3 H's.
There you go. Faith Richardson is with us. She's a new addition here to the family with R&B Media, the Auburn Blitz, and AHSAA Network, and she's going to be out there doing great work. Make sure you check her out. Faith, thank you so much for the time. Let's have a great weekend.
Thank you so much. You too.
And our Spotlight segment is brought to you by Central Alabama Community College. Central to you, central to your success. Thanks again to Faith for joining us, and she's been really nice to have on some of the broadcasts and doing a great job. So we greatly appreciate that. That's our Spotlight segment for tonight. Scores on the Fours is next, and it's brought to you by the Alabama National Guard. We're revisiting the top 10s before we close the show. 3A, Andy.
Number 1, Mars Hill defeats 5A Russellville 47-19. Number 2, Piedmont over Sachs 43-0. Number 3, Geraldine had the week off. Number 4, Gordo defeats 4A Bibb County 36-33. Number 5, TR Miller over 4A Strawn 20-13. Number 6, Houston Academy over 4A Pike County 33-32. Number 7, Fife gets back on the winning trail over 2A number 1 Pisgah, 60-28. Number 8 Southside Selma over 5A Selma, 40-8. Number 9 Montgomery Academy over 4A St. James, 14-7. And it was number 10 Collinsville over 2A Cedar Bluff, 53-6.
In the 2A top 10, as you mentioned, Andy, number 1 Pisgah goes down to 3A number 7 Fife, 60-28. Number 2 Tuscaloosa Academy shuts out Pickens County 28-0. Number 3 Reeltown over 3A Trinity Presbyterian, 34-6 on Thursday night. Number 4 Cottonwood is defeated by 4A Ashford Thursday night, 23-14. Number 5 Coosa Christian falls to 6A Pell City, 28-27. Number 6 Sulligent is defeated by 3A Winfield, 43-6. Number 7 Pleasant Valley defeats 1A number 6 Spring Garden, 40-7. Number 8 Luverne, 75. Brantley, nothing. Number 9 Goshen falls to 3A Alabama Christian, 27-6. And number 10 Clark County is defeated by 1A number 2 Leroy, 41-12. Scores on the Fours is brought to you by the Alabama National Guard. One final segment. We'll come back and close the show next on the AHSAA Radio Network.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at BamaSheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, TAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
At Dixie Overhead Door, we specialize in top-quality garage door solutions for homes across Alabama and Georgia. In need of a garage door repair or a brand new garage door installation, our expert team delivers fast, reliable service with local expertise that you can trust, providing customized solutions and exceptional care every step of the way. Visit us today at DixieOverheadDoor.com and experience the Dixie difference.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need with top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindawa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill, and our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
Triple R Cafe in downtown Rockford is where it's located. Now, you're looking at the outside right now. Come on in on the inside. Let's check out the hot bar. And let me tell you about this. Award-winning fried chicken. They do fried chicken like it's supposed to be done. How about this pork chop right here? They're open Monday through Saturday. They cater also. That's Triple R Cafe, downtown Rockford, Alabama.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
For high school sports in the state of Alabama, nobody has it covered like the AHSAA Radio Network.
Ball at the 25-yard line. What a catch.
Live play-by-play coverage, the latest news, and expert analysis from our team of broadcasters.
State championship games here at Jordan-Hare Stadium. We've navigated our
Once he got into the secondary, nobody back there. They're all bunched up right inside the tackle box.
Need a first down here just to get the defense rest. They don't necessarily have to have points.
The football and basketball state championships, all-star games, the AHSAA Radio Network Scoreboard Show, and more available in one place. The AHSAA Radio Network.
Running the defense inside the 15, 10, 5, and the Mustangs are on the board.
He's in. That is a touchdown.
For the touchdown, and that is so tough.
For live and archived streaming audio and video, information on where to hear the AHSAA Radio Network or how to acquire coverage in your market, visit AHSAARadionetwork.com. Nobody covers Alabama high school sports like we do.
The 6A state championship.
This is the AHSAA Radio Network. Welcome back to the AHSAA Radio Network Scoreboard Show. Got a couple of minutes for this segment, Andy, and this is our kind of final segment. We sort of peek ahead at Saturday games, but congratulations to the Auburn Tigers. I think we both picked them to win this week, and they did.
Well, technically, I picked them to lose on the show today, but
did you?
that was a prove me wrong type situation.
Okay, there you go. I think I had them winning by 7. They wound up winning by 14. Game didn't go that differently than I thought it might. Little higher scoring than I thought.
Went a little differently than I thought it would.
It was a little higher scoring than I thought. I was really expecting fewer points from both teams.
I was expecting Butler to come out and just absolutely sell out to stop the run and make Auburn throw to beat them, and Auburn ran for 350 yards, and I expected Auburn to, shut down or at least contain the passing game and make, somebody the running game kind of beat up. And they threw for about 1,000 yards. So, I mean, it didn't go the way I thought it would, but the final score I'll take all day.
Three games, real quick. Alabama, Florida State. Alabama's a 13.5-point favorite.
Yeah, Alabama win that one for sure.
LSU and Clemson. Clemson, I think, is 3.5-point favorite at home.
I'm not buying Clemson yet, so I'm foolish. I'm gonna go with LSU.
I agree with you on Alabama. I think they'll cover that. I'm not buying LSU. Replacing 4 offensive linemen. You brought in like 40 transfers. You tell me that's going to reinvent your defense. I don't know, right? So. Clemson's got maybe the best defensive line in the country, got most of their offensive line back, got a good quarterback, good receivers. I like Clemson to win this one at home.
I think LSU's roster is number 6 in the country in talent.
Yeah, I like Clemson to win by like 12 to 15 points.
Wow, okay. Big time
and finally, Texas goes to Ohio State.
I guess I'm on the Arch bandwagon. I'll go with the Longhorns. Hook 'em.
Archmania is here. I actually think Ohio State just has a better overall team right now than Ohio State has, although Texas does not have a player as good as Jeremiah Smith, nor do they have a player as good as Caleb Downs. So the 2 best players on the field may play for Ohio State.
True.
But I think Texas is just a little bit better, and I think Arch Manning's going to be just fine. Just fine. So we'll go with that. I'll take Texas in that one too. So, Archmania, it's here.
It is here, and I mean, of course, now Sawyer Robertson, I think, is probably the leading candidate for the Heisman because of his numbers tonight. But Arch is right there, and he hadn't even played a down.
Doesn't matter as much when you lose. But,
no, that's true.
But anyway, I mean, we're looking forward to the game tomorrow. It's a full day of football, and it's going to
love it.
I mean, it's going to be all day from 11 o'clock on. I'm pretty sure that's all I'm going to do tomorrow.
And Sunday and Monday.
Well, yeah, we got games on Sunday and Monday, too, so we got all that to look forward to. Thank you for joining us here on the AHSAA Radio Network Scoreboard Show. Before we close out, we've got to do one more round of scores on the 4s, and again, we're so proud to have the Alabama National Guard sponsoring that for us this year on the AHSAA Radio Network. Thank you so much for your service to our country and our state, and let's get to our final scores on the 4s for week number 1, which is actually week number 2 in the Alabama High School Athletic Association calendar. Scores on the 4s brought to you by the Alabama National Guard. Andy, take us back through 1A one more time.
Number 1 Wadley defeated 2A Horseshoe Bend 58-10. Number 2 Leroy defeated 2A number 10 Clark County 41-12. Number 3 Maplesville all over number 2A Isabella 42-7. Number 4 Sweetwater falls to 3A Thomasville, 20-7. Number 5, McKenzie over 3A Prattville Christian, 48-25. Number 6, Spring Garden falls to 2A number 7 Pleasant Valley, 40-7. Number 7, Hackleburg over Lynn, 24-13. Number 8, Berry defeats Pickens Academy, 51-28. Winterboro, number 9, had the week off. Number 10, Addison defeats 2A Decatur Heritage, 57-0.
Answer me this, Andy. If Garrett Nussmeier is going to be the best thing since sliced bread, the number 1 overall pick,
all right,
why has it taken him 7 years of college to get to that point?
Some people are slow. They're slow to mature.
Yeah. I mean, he's like 30. His kids drive him to practice. Anyway, that's going to do it for our program tonight. And I want to thank our sponsors, Southern Union State Community College, Alabama National Guard, Russell Dewitt Center, Central Alabama Community College, the Alabama Department of Transportation, the Alabama Community College System, Southeastern Land Group, and Jacksonville State University. We'll be back on the air next Friday night at 10 o'clock with another 2 hours of the best in Alabama high school football on the AHSAA Radio Network.
Let's go over this again. Who starts off with a real Coke taste? Coca-Cola! And then Coca-Cola pitches the real Coke taste to who? Coca-Cola! How is Coca-Cola going to give real Coke taste to itself? Take a lap, genius! Coca-Cola takes a snap and then pitches the real Coke taste to Coke Zero running up on the right. You got it? Yeah! At that point, we fake punt the real Coke taste. Who fakes the punt?
Coke Zero!
Take a lap! Coke Zero! Real Coke taste!
0 calories!
I wish that people got less excited about celebrities and more excited about people like teachers and firemen. Folks who make a difference every day. Well, I bet you had a favorite teacher or a family member who was helped by a first responder. Life Insurance offers these everyday heroes a little something extra, like discounts to help those who help others.
If you're a teacher, preacher, first responder, active military, a state or federal employee, see what Alpha can do for you.
Encore Sports Medicine.
Hey.
Hey.
What are you doing?
Just marking off this area here with cones so we can repair the storm damage.
Why?
So no one gets near the down power lines.
Why?
Because down power lines can be dangerous if you touch them. But it's okay, it's okay. That's what we're here for.
Why?
To keep you safe, so you can, walk Fido there.
Her name is Princess Buttercup.
Buttercup, okay.
Work, a strong word. Together with force, it's something pretty powerful. Our workforce keeps Alabama growing. So where does it come from? Your Alabama community colleges. Quality classroom learning, hands-on, real job training, all across Alabama. Building enormous ships down south, blasting into space up north. And in between, all the jobs that move us forward. Alabama's community colleges, Alabama's largest training network.
Thanks for joining us on the AHSAA Radio Network Scoreboard Show, presented by the Alabama Community College System, Jacksonville State University, Central Alabama Community College, Southeastern Land Group, Russell Dewitt Centers, the Alabama Department of Transportation, Southern Union State Community College, and the Alabama National Guard. It's the AHSAA Radio Network Scoreboard Show. From the AHSAA Radio Network,